Hi, I'm Greg Simmons with the City of Golden Valley Park and Recreation Department, coming to you with another episode of Home Wrecked. Today we're going to be making some paint that you can use for finger painting or brush painting out of a couple ingredients you might have around your house. You're going to need some food coloring, a half a cup of flour, and a cup of water. Then we're going to use the stove to boil these together and make some fun paint we can play with. So to begin, we're going to add our water into our pot. And then our half a cup of flour we're going to add in there. And then we want to turn this on to a low to medium heat. And while this heats up, we just need to stir it once in a while, and this will begin to thicken up. When it starts to peel away from the pot, we know we're done. You can see we've now reached a consistency that's stuck together pretty well and is peeling away from the pot. And while this was heating up, I went and grabbed another bowl and about a quarter cup of cold water. This is much too thick to paint with as is. So what we're going to do is add some cold water to start to thin this out, and we're going to stir that cold water in here. And then we will transfer this into a bowl. You can divide this however you want if you want to make a few different colors. I'm going to make just one color today, so I'm going to put this all in one bowl before we add our food coloring to it. So I'm going to begin to pour some cold water in here and stir this together, and it should start to thin out a little bit. So I ended up using about a quarter cup of cold water to get it to a little more of a runny consistency that we'll be able to paint with. So I'm now going to move some of this into the bowl. And then we are going to add our food coloring. And you can add as much as you like to get the color that you're looking for. I'm going to start with just a little bit of green. And we will stir this up and see what it looks like. So I added just enough green to find a color that I like. And you'll see it's a little bit chunky, but that's okay. So from here you can either use a brush or you can just use your finger. And you can go ahead and paint with it. And this might take a little more paint to paint with than your standard finger paint, but I'm just going to make a little house out of mine. I'll put a little door here. And you can see that's how we made some paint and that's how we can use a couple of ingredients you might have around the house to make some paint to finger paint with and have some fun with it. I'm glad you joined me today. We'll see you next time in the next episode of Home Wrecked.